You know what? They can't live. Trespassing, lockpicking, hacking, and murder are all considered legal activities and are frowned upon by society. Avoid being seen if you want to engage in these activities without consequence. Shh, buddy. You need a shush. It has changed. If enemies are hostile, but your reputation isn't kill on sight. Ooh, Spacer's Choice. Not happy with me. Ooh, we're gonna have to take a look at that. Listen, they've been poking around my ship for way too long. Alright, let's see if they're gonna attack me or something now. I would like to know, just in case. Where do I go to find out if they're gonna be mad at me? Neutral, 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 neutral. Faction effects. You are neutral to this faction. It's too early to tell whether this employee is competent or not. Yikes! Okay then. Alright. Listen, it needed to happen. Oh fuck, is that a guard or is that a marauder? Marauder, good. I'll whack the hell out of this dude. There's two of them. Oh, I batted that dude. Oh, I didn't see me. Did he seriously not see me? No way. I just can't tell if I'm actually like hidden or what's going on, but where's he going? Bop! Bop bop! Break all their stuff down. Gotta be smart about all this. Keep pressing forward. Back to Edgewater. Pew pew pew. I'm no longer hungies or thirsties. Alright, let's go collect some more debts real quick. Those things are weird. Internal anatomy of the caned? I don't know how you say that. I don't know how you say that. Well, that's a little bit crazy. I should put this gun down. Alright, let's go in here. Oh god. Oh god. Put this stuff away. Hello there.
I appreciate the company and all, but you really ought to leave. You don't want to be seen around me.
Because you're sick? Why not? I go where I want.
Hey, keep it down. That kind of talk's bound to put sights on the both of us. I'm in about as much trouble as I can be. No reason you ought to be tarnished by association. People are gonna talk.
I don't care. I don't mind why what's going on here. You make it sound like I'm being watched.
Figured it was obvious. I got sick. Couldn't get better on my own. Got moved here for everyone's sake. Maybe you don't know this, but there's a real simple reason you don't talk to the plagued. You don't want what we've got.
I'm not worried I don't get sick. I've got some training. I could take a look at you.
Don't. Please. I could get into a lot of trouble.
You obviously need help.
That's kind of you to say, I suppose. But I don't need help. What I need is to understand my own folly. Company always tells us weak spirits lead to weak bodies. If I didn't want to fall sick with plague, maybe I should have worked harder.
What?
Maybe I should have taken more pride in my work.
Chill, lady. You're fine. That's ridiculous. You can't blame yourself because you fell sick.
I really wish you wouldn't say those sorts of things. I told you once already. People could be listening. I'm feeling a touch faint. If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a spell.
Alright. Gotta be someone else I can talk to. Armor parts. Parts.
What? Something's not right. No, Brent, serves you right.
What the hell? What the hell's happening?
Neutralize.
Oh, is she killing rats?
Company ammo.
Oh god, she's killing the little fucks. I mean, there are plenty more in here, lady. Man. Dead. Dude, you're just leaving people in here to die. I could help you.
I've never seen an outfit like yours before. You're not from around here, are you?
No. Okay, I can't really talk to you anymore. Sweet. Alright, whatever. I'm sorry I can't help you, lady. I don't know why it doesn't want me to, but I can't.
And your rations yet?
Yep. 2 whole cans of saltine.
Hello there. Do you need a pay?
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. And before you ask, I'm all out of deluxe salt tuna. All I've got is gourmet.
I need parts to fix my
You
ship.
ought to go have a talk with the boss, Reed Thompson. He's up in his tower above the cannery.
Alright. We got some questions for you.
Go right ahead.
Whoa. What's your take on this place?
What, you mean Edgewater? That's a peculiar question. This a test? Am I being tested right now?
No.
It's, fine and dandy. Couldn't be happier. Wouldn't want to spend my life working anywhere else.
That's a
Prettiest
lie.
little town on Terra 2.
Telling yourself that won't make it true. I'm glad you're so optimistic. You can't be serious. No one in their right mind would want to live here. The blister on my ass is prettier than Edgewater. No one in their right mind would.
If loving the place I work makes me crazy, then haul me off for mandatory re-education. I don't get paid for banter. Was there something you needed?
I mean, I'm just trying to make conversation. Actually, there was.
Go right ahead.
Anyone I should watch out for?
Other than yourself? Definitely the vicar. Don't get me wrong. He seems a decent man, cut from church cloth, knows his scriptures. But there's something about him that bothers me. Like he's not one of us. Sometimes I suspect he doesn't even want to be here.
Interesting. So about this plague that's supposed to be going around.
Plague? I don't know anything about a plague. We are the very picture of hot-blooded physical vigor.
Are you done being delusional, or should I wait? Is there a reason you feel like you have to hide what's going on?
You have got the wrong idea about me. I've got nothing that needs hiding. Some of us who get sick are liable to exaggerate the conditions of that sickness, but the fact is, if you work hard, you have got no cause to worry.
What do you mean by that?
Survival of the fittest. It ain't just the law of nature, it's company policy. Medical treatment is commensurate with our value to society. Spacer's Choice will dispense medicine for the indispensable worker. Natural selection at work.
Wow. And if you don't work hard enough?
Then the hand of medical science will not grace you with its touch, and you must recover on the virtue of your own grit.
What?
Listen, you mind if we talk about something else? Rambling about company policy gets me feeling all lightheaded. Go right ahead.
Do I have anything else? No. Oh.
Spacer's Choice, the brand.
What do you got to trade?
Music to my ears.
Maxwell's. Chum, chum, chum. I only have 25 bits, so I need to sell. I need that dehydrated water. I got baseball cards. Ooh, and a necklace too. Man, shit is expensive in this game. God dang. Dang. Ooh.
Wonder if the plague's ever gonna pass.
Just keep working.
Hello there. Hello there. Why, hello there, Vicar.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto, at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
I'm looking for a power regulator. How did you know I'm an outsider? What sort of spiritual,
Not to put too fine a point on it, but your choice of wardrobe is not precisely common hereabouts. Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases, a wild-eyed frenzy, like a trapped animal.
Interesting. You seem quite dismissive of a common man for a spiritual leader. I'm not an ass. That makes one of us.
An ass? Who do you think... Please, excuse my ill temper. I fear you've misunderstood. I'm simply bemoaning the level of spiritual awareness in this town.
Isn't your job to raise it? That's gotta be tough. Sounds like you're terrible at your job, Vicar.
Yes, but there are few who hear me in this miserable place. I must double my efforts to elevate my flock. These are good, hard-working people here.
Hold on, man. Did you just refer to this town as a miserable place?
Yes, and thank you for pointing it out. It is wrong of me to succumb to distress. This place could be so much more, and I will continue in my quest to make it so.
I'm looking for a power regulator.
Mechanical tomfoolery is well out of my purview. I suggest you take such matters to Mr. Thompson in the cannery. Oh, and a word of warning. If you're considering wandering around outside the safety of the town, you'd best be cautious.
And why is that? I've been outside, I'm not impressed, and I can handle myself better than a vicar.
Marauders are about. Though if you are planning on venturing outside, I do have a proposition that may interest you.
Word.
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
Word up.
So you'll consider it?
Yep.
I do appreciate you hearing me out, and, your discretion. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
I'll look for your book.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Alright, why not? What else?
Hey there, Mary.
Alright, salt tuna. Let's go out here really quickly to the landing site, I believe. Oh, goodness, goodness. Can you equip multiple quests at the same time? No, you cannot. Alright, well, I know one of these guys is out here. You!
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff.
What are you babbling about, my guy?
The war! The coming apocalypse! Man versus machine! I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
Oh yeah, I gotta watch out for those mechanicals.
That's right. That's what I've been saying. We gotta square our shoulders and stand ever vigilant. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
Your resistance needs another gun. I'm for hire.
I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. So tuna cans, mostly. Some Spacer's chaw. Few bit cards.
Bits.
I'll reward you for your aid.
Proper armies pay enlistment fees.
Enlistment fees? Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the Resistance a bad name.
Indeed. What do you need done?
They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back.
Okay. I could use a couple pointers.
Mechanicals got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
Blue glowy square thing. That sounds
I told
funny.
Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the Resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
He sure did, and he's asking for a little extra to, furnish the Resistance with mechanical repellent.
Mechanical repellent! A stroke of inspiration from the law itself. Here, I've been saving up a couple bits for just such a project.
Word. I got a question for you.
Go on.
Alright. We'll let that be for now. Then we'll go back in here and steal. Awesome. Stick. Alright. Is there anything else out here? Vending machine. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's a big door. Vending machines. Ooh, can I buy water here? Where's that good dehydrated water? Gotta love it.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. Fast ration pills, dehydrated water. Joy to the world for dehydrated water. Alright. We're looking good in most departments as of right now. Doing the pretty early on stages of collecting side quests and such. Which is always good. Alright, the salt tuna. Is there an entrance to this bad boy?
Sorry, I'll just be a minute.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That scared the hell out of me, I'm not gonna lie. What's back here? What's back here? Magnum. You have gotten a weapon modification. Install mods. Okay. Do that later. Hello there. I'm here to collect payments. Weird. Phyllis. Phyllis. Phyllis, what have you been doing? You need to pay your bill.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
Tenderfoot? I'm guessing you're the foreman.
Foreman Granger. Mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you.
Excuse you?
Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
Aren't signing your name.
Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me.
Damn.
Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
That's awful. Must be tough losing family.
Eugene wasn't family.
I thought you said that you're close. That's an awful thing to say about your closest.
Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal
what an
term is
awful
irreparable
thing.
damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
Jesus. Can't be serious. What are they gonna do? Arrest his corpse? Vandalism? Did you have to clean bits off him? The wall or something?
When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard.
Dang.
Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
He was a person, not an asset. What if you didn't? This Eugene guy sounds like he was more trouble than he's worth.
Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Alright. Whatever, I guess. This place is all suspect as hell. Did I learn anything? Corporate troopers. God bless it. I keep hitting LB to sprint for some dumb reason. I need these tablets. Alright, let's go upstairs to I don't know where. It's Spacer's Choice. Is this the read guy that he did?
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
Uh-oh.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
Are you Reed? I was told I should talk to you. You must be the town boss. I'll wait until you're finished.
You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you?
We can start with introductions. You must be the town boss. Are you Reed?
I'm Reed Thompson,
I know he's
Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
I think you may have the wrong idea about my uniform. What are you talking about? I don't work for Spacer's Choice.
Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
My ship needs repairs. I'm looking for a power regulator.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Okay, then. Let's hear it. Fry myself. Let me guess. You want me to do something for you before you'll help me?
My proposition benefits the both of us. Please, hear me out. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the Botanical District over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
When you say mostly banned, what do you mean? That's a lot to ask for a stranger. Tell me about the geothermal plant.
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
Tell me what I need to do. What a surprise. I never would have guessed. I don't think these people will take kindly to losing their power. You mean marauders? Marauders aren't people.
No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Why? If you want your problems.
Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good.
Oof.
I need those workers back at their stations.
How can I help? None of you are telling me is my problem. I've seen Edgewater. I don't blame those workers for walking out.
Neither do I. The fault was entirely mine. I pushed them too hard. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
Alright, Reed. I'll see what I can do to help. How I recognize Adelaide.
Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership.
These workers must have left town for a reason. What if Adelaide doesn't want to come back?
That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
That's a pretty good reasoning, but okay.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Sure, I could use the company. I don't need permits. Sure.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Alright. Companions. Come on then, party.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Oh, okay. Sure thing.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got a minute?
Absolutely.
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
Oh, this is about the deserters, so what's the other side of it? Figures Reed didn't exactly strike me as the most honest soul. What he said seemed pretty straightforward. If I wanted to deal with nuance, I wouldn't.
Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
Can't blame anybody for wanting to leave this place. This town's got issues. How well did you know the deserters? You worked with them? You were friends, or what?
I don't know anybody well. I mostly listened to them talk, kept my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident.
You know this Adelaide?
Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. Alls I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place.
Woof. You can't leave it at that. Why are we in Adelaide?
Can't say as I know. I wasn't there. The sound carried, but not the words. If Mr. Thompson ain't of a mind to tell you his own self, you'd best ask Miss McDevitt, if he can get out to her.
Can't blame anyone for wanting to
Life's
leave.
hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Okay. I suppose it can help, but do we need the vicar about flipping a switch in your power mill? I met the vicar. He asked me to find a book for him.
Books are for rich folk. I wonder what he wants with something like that.
I suppose it couldn't hurt. We'll stop by there.
Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
I like you, Parvati. Oh, hello. Okay, just gonna walk right past me. Whatever. No big deal, I guess. Alright, come on here. Let's have another conversation real quick.
Huh?
I noticed you mentioned your dad a lot, but you never your mother.
That's on account of how I never met her.
Oh. I mean, she's dead. How's that possible? I'm sorry.
It's hard to miss what you never knew. I don't ponder it over much. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
Woof. And along with your dad, you might not have with your mother. That's inhumane.
It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
Well, I guess we'll talk later. That's awful. Saltuna! Who are you? Cannery worker? I don't care. I'm checking your logs. Only you. Oh god, that scared me a little bit. Any bits in here? Any bits? Any... Ooh, there's some bits. Ah! Oh, that's probably down in the what's it called? Alright, let's go collect some more debts real quick, and then we'll dip out of here.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Heard the road is going.
What's this place? Hello? Hello?
This is where the magic happens. Well, science. Hey, that's... I mean, if you need it. Okay.
Oh, Pavardi, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to steal your stuff. I'm sorry. Is this your place? It's a nice place.
Where are we headed?
I just wanted to, you know. We're in this together, you know, so I didn't mean to take your stuff like I was being a dick or anything. So this is your place. This is a nice place, Parvati. Good for you. You're doing good. So I don't know if I'm going too far or anything, you know? Exploring my companion's house. Oh yeah, I need that.
If you're hungry, I could open up a can of something.
That's alright. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to do any of that. We're just, you know, moving around. You're not gonna be staying here anymore, so you know, might as well take all the stuff and you know, put it to good use.
My dad's... It's an office. Just my office. Oh, you like flowers? I can't find many kinds around here.
Yeah, they're nice. They're alright. Okay.
I don't like coming out here. People on the street stare.
Really? Why? Are they weird? Are they the weirdos? They're definitely the weirdos. Don't worry about it already.
If you need to go, I'll wait outside.
I don't. We're good. Alright. Oh, skill points, right. Okay. Let's go with... that to that. Medical science. Second drug mixing slot for the inhaler. Unlock third drug. Improve your weapons and armors in the workbench. Ooh, that's kind of important. We need to start getting that up. Alright. Inventory journal. Harvardy. 121, 120. Alright, cool. Alright, Parvardi, I hope you're ready to say goodbye to this place forever. Constable? Let's see what this
Sometimes I
dude's
wonder
gonna
what
say.
I'm doing here.
I've never actually been in here. Seemed scary from the outside.
Word. I get that.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
Sure.
As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
Okay. His name is Phineas Wells.
His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual?
No. Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Looks like there's a bounty on his head. He kidnapped me, unfroze my body. Looks like there's a bounty on his head.
You're correct. An outstanding bounty has been posted for information pertaining to the whereabouts of Phineas V. Wells.
He's a scientist. We're committed.
I am obliged to warn you against forming acquaintanceships, friendships, partnerships, or any felicitous relationship with a wanted criminal. I am also obliged to inform you of our referral program. For every criminal you refer to the authorities, the board will reward you.
Wells saved my life. I want to know why the board wants him dead. How long has Wells been on the run?
Wells has been wanted for as long as the board decides he has been wanted. This decision will be made in accordance with Wells's behavior upon arrest. Unfortunately, the arrest of Mr. Wells falls outside my authority. I enforce the company policy of Spacer's Choice in the region of Emerald Vale. Wells is wanted by the board. If you have information related to the location of Phineas V. Wells, you are required to submit that information to your nearest board authority.
There was one other thing. Alright, so who do I have to talk to? I assumed you were my nearest board authority.
Something to report?
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave then. Alrighty then.
I've been feeling pretty low these days.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier.
Uh-oh.
Whoa,
Someone seems sick.
did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
You want to tell me what's got you so nervous?
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
I'm positive you mentioned something about a plague area.
You don't know that. I could have been saying anything. Maybe I said vague. You know how words sound a mite strange when you're sick. Wait, no. Oh, damn it. Okay, listen. Maybe I am feeling a little under the weather, but I swear I'm on the mend. Please, don't tell the constable.
You got the plague. Get away from me, you leper. Why not? You should put a sign over your door or something, or at least cover your mouth.
She'll toss me in the sick house. I would have confessed before the good vicar. Get some ablutions for my spirit. Just never found my courage is all. Hey, you're hale and healthy and possibly for hire, ain't you?
Yep.
Do a good turn for an expiring old man?
Sure. How can I help?
There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
I'll do it. Not so fast. I've got.
I'll do what I can.
Oh, shit. The Indians won 13-0. Damn! Oh, why can't you just buy the meds yourself?
I tried medicating myself with adrenatime. Didn't do much for me, as far as I can tell. Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of medicine is strictly prohibited to any workers beneath the acceptable margin of health. Company policy.
In other words, the company won't treat you because you're already sick. That's terrible. You don't look a day over 90.
Tell myself the same thing every morning. You seen those young workers at the cannery? What with their unbent spines and pristine knee joints? I can't compete with that.
I assume there are guards?
You will not find any guards within sight of that old place. Marauders, on the other hand.
What can you tell me about the Marauders?
I have it on good authority. There's a gang of them squatting there. I advise stepping softly. So you'll do it then?
Sure, Abernathy.
You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it. Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows.
He knows.
Look, I got my gravesite fees right here. See? I'm good for my word. Get me that medicine, and I'll see to your payment.
Word. Alright,
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
He's got symptoms of something. You're saying it's...
All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic.
So what do you need it for?
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
Let me worry about that.
All right. Here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
Abernathy's paying me for the problems. I get it. You need someone to smell your medicine on your table.
I'm paid better than Abernathy. Whatever he's giving you, I will do you one better.
Alright.
That's all I can ask of you.
Well, shoot. A lot of people want me to do a lot of things. Retrieve cache medicine, deal with the mechanical scout. Alright. Let's speak to the vicar real quick. Should be able to do a few more things before.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Are you
yeah.
okay?
Huh?
Something earlier that I wanted to ask you about.
You mean about the mission being too clean?
Isn't it supposed to be clean? It's a church.
I know, but Vicar says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk.
Okay.
The machine Vicar sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
You're a mechanic. Whenever you see a machine it's in need of fixing, it's an ideal, not what we live in, but what we strive for. Then why do you want to talk to him?
It just comes off cold to me, is all.
Okay. Fair enough. That's fair. That's your opinion. That's fair. Hello there, Vicar.
Any progress on that matter we discussed? Ah, Miss Holcomb. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
This here's Vicar DeSoto. He's always offering spiritual counsel to those that need it.
Thank you for the kind assessment, Miss Holcomb. I admit, I've been quite interested to make our outsider's acquaintance.
I haven't found your book yet.
Please, get it.
You seem pretty concerned about that book. Care to tell me why?
A religious text deemed heretical by the OSI is an unsafe object at large. Though I understand why a collector would desire to possess such a rare book. Because I'm also a collector of books. Rare things in this colony. Appreciation of the written word outside monthly periodicals is virtually unknown here.
Parvati wanted me to talk to you about what Reed asked us to do.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Fix the geothermal. Cut off power to Adelaide's deserters. Cut the power to the deserters if you could answer quickly. We're in a hurry.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
So what do you advise? What do you think of Adelaide's group, Vicar? Right, can we go?
They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice?
Depends on how well the leader can provide beyond your walls. So what do you advise, right?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Is that even possible? Right, just talk everybody into coming together. I'll keep that in mind. It sounds like I've got my work cut out for me. Thank you for your time. Is that even possible?
Not if things are left to stand as they are.
What sort of spiritual advice do you offer here?
They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No? How about, work fortifies the spirit. True exhaustion awaits idle hands.
I was actually asking what your religion was all about.
The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion at the beginning of time. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in that grand plan.
What does the OSI stand for?
The Order of Scientific Inquiry, also known as scientism to the layperson.
How do you think... That's not very religious sounding.
Mock me all you want. I know my beliefs to be true.
Okay.
You don't talk to the Grand Architect. Once the universe was set in motion, it stepped back. It has no concern for us.
Doesn't sound like a very Very motivational religious philosophy. What's there to aspire to?
We will eventually decode the plan and all its intricacies. Once we are able to deduce the properties of every particle in the universe and its trajectory, we will know everything. The future, the past, each person's place within the plan, all will be laid out before us, removing struggle and bringing peace. No one will ever need question their path again. Some even believe this ultimate knowledge will unlock mankind's true potential, and we will all become akin to grand architects ourselves, after a fashion.
This seems unlikely, really. Does that work?
I would love to discuss the finer points of my religion with you. Oh, wait. No, I wouldn't. Seriously, though, to truly understand the metaphysics involved takes years of study and contemplation.
Alright, whatever. Come on, Parvati. We gotta talk.
Where are we headed?
Oh, okay, never mind. Thought she'd want to talk about what the Victor said about her, but alright. Die robot, retrieve the cache of medicine, fistful of digits. Let's go return to Silas real quick.
Corporate's ever gonna visit?